Hello everybody, I'm Richard Holdener, and as always, welcome to the channel. We got something cool for you today. We have a cam swap on a 2005 5.3 Tahoe. We're comparing the stock cam to our own Truck Plus cam on the chassis dyno. You know, the real world where everybody wants to see. Well, while Jimmy was performing the cam swap, taking out the stock cam and putting in the Truck Plus cam, one of the cam bearings came out with the cam. So what started out as a cam swap video turns into an engine swap video, but don't worry, we still got all the dyno results you want to see.
Alright, pop the valve covers with over 260,000 miles, and man, she's looking good. She fought us real good. Look at that. That's one little burn in the back. Little burn there, but look at this center lobe. Chunky girl. She looks
Part of the course for the mileage?
I guess so. Let's go. Well, there's so many reasons that I hate this. Sorry for the grease on the lens, but yeah, so many reasons it's bad.
Where'd you learn that idea from? Where'd you get that idea from?
Been it a long time. This is the guy that saved the day. Came up with a motor for us, and this thing is real nice. It's got Gen 4 rods in it, and low mileage comparatively. Relatively, I had 280 before, now we got 170. 170-ish. So Joel made it happen. All right, this is all good news. Get the Tahoe back together, slap a cam in it, and then it's time for boost. All right, motor that Joel gave us is here. It's on the engine stand, ready to roll. He gets the motor that was out of it, and he's gonna slap a cam bearing in there, and he's gonna rock that motor. So everybody's happy, everybody's doing good. Oh yeah, this one's mint too. Look, man, this thing's in great shape. He already did a razor blade rebuild on here for us, and I love Joel. Look at that. That's what I'm talking about. All right, we ready to rock. My razor blade rebuild process. So what I'll do first, I'll pull the piston out of the hole I'm gonna work on. I'll bring it over here to this probably 5-year-old can of Kim dip that I use on everything. I'll soak the pistons and the oil control rings in there initially, and I will pull out the top and the top and middle ring, and I'll bring them over. I'll measure them first in the bore, then I'll file them, then I'll file them again to make sure there's no burrs on them, and I'll keep checking them until I get to, 27 thousandths is what we're shooting for right now. Then I'll pull it out of the chem dip, which once I do that, I'll spray it off with brake parts cleaner, and they're perfectly clean after that. All right, this is my ring filing contraption I've been using for years. I hooked a RotoZip up to a little chunk of wood, and then I have these two screws which are tapered, and as you screw them in, you can adjust this angle to make them square. So right now it's screwed in so that whenever the ring hits, it hits it nice and square. Just got to be careful about taking off too much. So slow is fast. Back up where you can see and get where you can look underneath and everything. She sounds tough with no exhaust on. Got a good chop.
Okay guys, let's take a look at the results. We ran the Turbo Tahoe with the original 5.3. We ran it with the stock camshaft. It made 254.5 horsepower and 288.3 foot-pounds of torque. And that is an optimized condition. This is run on the chassis dyno, but what we did is we went in, Joel and Jimmy went in and tuned the combination to optimize the power output with the stock camshaft. Really, the vast majority of people that are doing this kind of cam swap will start out at a much lower power level than this because they're starting out with a stock cam and a stock tune. Normally, those are going to be in the mid to low 230s at the tire, so you'd be starting out making less, and you're going to get much bigger gains. After we put the Truck Plus camshaft in, the power output jumped to 321 horsepower at the tires and 312.7 foot-pounds of torque. There are a couple things to think about here. This wasn't the normal kind of just change one thing back-to-back test that we normally do. The problem is, as you saw in the video, we did have to swap the engine. We took one 5.3 out and put another 5.3 in. We even added the original heads from the original 5.3, put them on the newer motor. It was still the low compression disc piston 5.3, still a truck manifold. All of that was the same. So there probably would be very little difference, but you guys can argue about that all you want. The other difference, and part of the reason that we made we made near 70 horsepower at the tire gain, when we normally make about 70 horsepower at the flywheel gain, 70 to 75, is normally what we get when we test this on the engine dyno. One of the tests had the exhaust on there. Both of these had the stock exhaust manifolds. One of them had extensions going out from the stock exhaust manifolds, basically into kind of open pipes. The other one had the most of the stock exhaust manifold on there. That's just the way that it turned out because we were testing a bunch of exhausts at the time. But so part of the gain you see is from a change in exhaust. So you guys again can argue about that all that you want. We've run this cam so many times, we know what it does. We've tested it endlessly on the engine dyno, and we've now tested it on the chassis dyno as well. Unfortunately, when we did this test, we had to also swap the motor. Armature holder, please make sure to like, share, subscribe, ring the bell, do all that stuff, and I'll keep testing.